What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Rude Dudes podcast. I'm Tyler, and I'm here today with Matt
Hey everyone.
and Justin.
Hey everyone.
And today is a very, very special episode because my two fellow co hosts went to EVO in Las Vegas and they left
Yes.
me behind.
Yeah,
Well,
poor
Tyler,
decision
And I
making.
was lonely.
Poor
Tyler,
decision
if
making.
Tyler, if you just got your money up and not your funny up, then we
Oh,
wouldn't
man.
be having this issue. So,
Yeah, how about you
That's
get your
true.
money up and not your funny up?
I'm working
yeah.
on it.
But yes, as Tyler said, we went to Evo, we survived. That was my first time in Vegas in 9 years, if you can even imagine. The last time I went to Vegas was actually with Tyler's lovely girlfriend. Um, but yeah, it was our first Evo, it was first experience, and we actually haven't told Tyler anything. So we're gonna
hmm
be kind of going through our weekend, kind of talking about Vegas, and breaking everything down, talking about some of these unreleased fighting games that we got to play. Um,
Yeah.
yes.
And
What?
just
Yes.
our
Oh, by the way,
our
everyone
yeah.
everyone that's listening, I am live reacting to this. Like they said, they haven't told me anything about what's happening. It's
hmm
been like what, like a week?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a week, yeah, since Evo.
Yeah. So I have been like anxiously waiting for this podcast to happen so I can hear
Very.
all about it. So
Yeah.
without further ado, let's get started.
So, one of the weird things that I do want to touch on that happened on day one, which was Thursday for us, for our day
Yeah.
one in Vegas, right? Sorry, I didn't make that super clear. Our day one in Vegas, we actually got to pick up our Evo badges, right?
hmm
So, I do want to say this. I'm going to preface this by saying it was weird because we had a car in Vegas, right? So in said car, we put a GPS on, got our friend to drive us to the Las Vegas Convention Center, which Evo was being held at this year, to go pick up our badges. We
Yep.
get there and we have no idea where to go. No idea.
hmm
We just see
There
people
were
like
no
disappearing.
signs.
There was no
Yep.
signs. And this convention center is huge, by the way. So we see people like disappearing down these escalators into the ground. And we're like, that seems promising. They're coming back with badges. Maybe we'll like get a badge, Maybe it's down
Yeah.
there. I don't know.
So I went ahead and like asked like one of the like Evo attendees, like, hey, where'd you guys get those badges? They literally said, "Go down these escalators. You'll see like a row of Teslas. Tell them that you want to go to West Hall." So
And I
that's
heard
what we
none of
did.
this, by the way. I heard none of this. I was just along for the ride.
Okay. So you went down the
So
escalators and
so yeah, so we went down the escalators. There was like a bunch of like attendee or like not attendees, like people that like guide you to where you need to go. I
mhm.
talked to one of them. I shittily explained what we needed. So that was a little awkward encounter.
Pause. How did you explain
Justin's not the best communicator.
it?
I am not the best communicator, no. Frankly, I shouldn't even be telling this part of the story because I'll probably explain it so bad. So, all right, how can I explain this? Matt, I don't know. I don't remember. Actually,
I'm
do you
pretty sure it
do you?
went something like this. We walk up to the people. I have many a questions. There's just Teslas. So
Mhm.
mind you, I didn't like I chatted, I heard enough from the guys to hear go down there and they'll get you to where you need to go for Evo. And I was like, sick. That's all I heard. So I go down there and I'm just like, there's underground tunnels and there's Teslas, Model Ys specifically. And Justin like walks up to the person and I walk up to them and they're like, "How can I help you?" And Justin's like, "Yeah, we're trying to go like to Evo and shit."
Okay, no, okay, no. Alright, so yeah, I- okay, yeah. So I told them, oh yeah, like we're trying to go to Evo. We're trying to get our badges, and she was like, the assistant's like, oh yeah, you guys want to go to West Hall, and like you guys can take one of these. They have, yeah. So the Teslas, you can take one of our Teslas. go fucking underground. They have
Yep.
underground like tunnels to get to different parts of the convention center. That's how big this bitch is.
Yeah.
So you literally got to drive a Tesla under all of
No,
that
it's
Yeah.
like a
shit.
taxi.
Ride in a
It's like a
Tesla.
taxi.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like a
right.
Yeah.
taxi.
Okay. I was
Mhm.
about to say, I was like, they just gave you a
No.
fucking
No, no.
Tesla?
Oh,
I
no, no,
wish.
no, no.
The weird part too, Tyler, so then after that, they say that, and I look at Justin and I'm like, "This has to be expensive. Like, this has to cost money. Like, this has to be stupid expensive." And Justin's like, "Can we get there any other way?" And mind you, we went to a really nice dinner that night, so we were wearing pants, and I was wearing, like, a knitted, like, collared shirt, essentially. So it's hot AF in Vegas. It was like 120 this night, right? So they're like, it's like a mile and a half walk. I wouldn't recommend it. And I'm like, I'm not walking a mile and a half in this shit. Like, no way. I'm gonna be dying. So we kind of like we did this really awkward thing where we're just like, uh okay. And then we're like kind of like zigzagging in between each other, kind of like crisscrossing paths, like thinking about asking a question, then not asking a question, and then just like going to the Tesla and being like, this one, right? And they're like, yeah. And didn't cost a dime. Spoiler alert. Did not
Yeah.
cost a dime. It was free with the convention center. The guy told us that, like, I guess Elon Musk was trying to build, I think, underground tunnels, and he named it something weird. He named it something like Project
God knows.
Normal or like something like stupid that people wouldn't like pay attention to. Um, so basically, like his thought process was that like there's so much traffic in Vegas and it gets so hot, like that to have underground tunnels to like traverse Vegas would be easier. I don't know where the project stood. I toned out at some point because I was like, this is bizarre.
Mhm.
That
Um,
is insane. Like,
yeah,
to even think about that, because you also got to think, like, tunnels have to be ventilated somehow.
I know. And there was lights in it, and
Yeah. It's like,
well, obviously there was lights. There were strip
uh,
like LED like like
dude,
color changing lights, like
it was
not
like
like your
going through
ordinary
fucking
lights.
Rainbow Road, dude.
It was like going through Rainbow Road. It was like I was like, "What are these colors?" Like, if I was tripping, like, it would be a trip. You know what I mean?
Um,
But I don't do that.
I wish you guys got videos of this.
I know. It really felt like a trip. I was like, "Am I did somebody slip acid in my dinner?" Like, because what is going on? And yeah, it was just like it was so weird that it's like it's over like that too. Like, it was
Mhm.
over in 2 seconds. And I'm like looking at Justin, and I'm just like looking around, and I'm like, what happened? Like, what
Mhm.
just happened
Just
here?
teleport.
Yeah, literally.
Okay,
Fucking video
so
game fast travel.
Yeah, it was like a fast
literally,
travel. That was our
that's what it,
checkpoint.
that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you guys
Yeah.
literally are just like, all right, here on the map, and then it's just that was the loading screen.
It pretty much.
Yeah.
That was the loading screen to get it to EVO, and then
Uh,
we, like, T-posed.
and then we T-post.
We, like, loaded in really shitty.
Okay, so you go through the tunnel, you're in a
Mhm.
Mhm.
Tesla, you get out. What happens next?
We just like fucking pop out the other hole like a fucking baby. It's just like,
Yep.
oh, I guess we're at the other end of the convention center. Like, all right, I guess we're here. We see a bunch of fucking nerds going inside in and out of this building. Like,
I
all right, I
can't.
guess we're at our destination.
That was too good, Justin. Pop out
Thank
of the
you.
hole like a freaking baby.
Oh, dude.
um,
Eh
okay, so you guys are in the Evo now.
yes.
Do you guys have your passes yet?
So we go to get our badges. I kind of had a
Mm.
weird experience with this. Lady was very nice. Very, very nice. She was stoked to be working there, very excited. She was, like, asking the people if she could, like, go and watch, like, any of the tournaments, and they were saying no. Very nice, like, definitely could be, like, my mom kind of a thing, age-wise, like, no shade, she was just, like, an older lady. Um, and it was very odd because she was asking me, and she's just like, "Oh, you're dressed so nice," and I was like, "Thanks, I just came from a dinner," and she was like, "Oh, "You're just so handsome." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, it was just it was very it was a bizarre encounter. And okay, so I wanna preface this by saying, Tyler, I don't know, do you know, like, anything about day 3, like, the finals?
Oh, no.
The finals of, like, the most so on day 3, it's Sunday, and day 3 is the most entered fighting games. It's their final top 6. So it's like the best of the best are duking it out. They go to, like, a main arena, right? Where it's like it's literally like a stadium where you're sitting with all these fighting game fans watching this happen live in front of you on and they have, like, a giant screen where the game's being projected.
Mhm,
Mhm.
So we had questions because this was our first Evo, to preface that again. We had questions about, like, day 3 and how it was working because we knew that it was changing this year, right? So I asked her and she's like, "I have no idea." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of figured." Like, whatever. So
Damn. Throwing
no,
shade at
not
this
like
nice
shady,
lady.
but
I just
just like
complimented you.
I know, but like I kind of figured because she was just like, "Oh, I got here on a whim. Like I know about Evo, but like I don't like I've never worked here before." That's why I said like I kind of figured. Not yeah, like I kind of figured she didn't know because it was her first Evo as well. As well as mine.
yeah, it
Um
it still sounds so bad.
I know it sounds really bad, but I mean like I kind of figured she wouldn't know just because she's handing out badges. Like what else is she, you know?
Right.
She doesn't know how some of this stuff is set up or like what's it's
Mhm.
new. So, and I even asked a couple of other people like in that area and they pretty much said like, "Listen, there's going to be a guide desk that you can go and ask tomorrow and they'll have more information." Cuz like nobody there knew at
Mhm,
all like
Yeah.
what was going on with day 3. So, I guess moving into oh, you know what? I will add this in. So we get done with that and we're going back. And mind you, we traveled with Shane and
Uh,
our friend Carolyn. And Carolyn brought her car.
mhm.
And so I call and I'm like, hey, we were transported to the West and the West Hall entrance. And they're like, we have no idea where that's at. And I'm like, all right, stay there. We can take Teslas back to you guys. And they were like, and Shane was like, okay, that works. Cool. So we're in the Teslas, and Justin's like, I don't know, like, what way, like, how should we get to Evo every day? And Justin's like, we could walk. It's only like a mile from our hotel. And so, and I'm like, well, there's the monorail. We could take that. We could take a taxi. We could take an Uber. Like, let's just kind of see how it goes. We kind of were
Mhm.
leaning towards the monorail at that point.
mhm.
So we get back, and I call them, and I'm like, where are you guys? Because we just got back, like, blah, blah, blah. Shane goes, oh, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I mean? And he's like, we're at the hotel. And I'm like, you're at the hotel.
No, no, no,
Why?
no, wait. No, no, hold on. Sorry. They went to West Hall where we just at.
No, they didn't. They never even attempted to do that.
No, I'm pretty sure you said that they went to West Hall.
They said they didn't
No?
know where that was and they weren't going to try to find it.
They gave up before they
Okay.
got
Literally. So Shane, they literally were like, Shane heard that we were coming back in Teslas and that we were coming back to them and assumed that meant we were getting dropped off at the hotel in Teslas. Also, in the ride back with the Teslas, I forgot to mention this. Very nice lady. But I was like dead ass scared for my life for 2 seconds. We're in an underground tunnel lit by like LEDs, so it's kind of dim. And she's wearing sunglasses.
Yes, you
Oh,
And I literally was like, how
no.
fast are we going? Like looking at the screen, I'm like, okay. I'm like, is it bright up there? Does she know that turn's coming? Because it's just wall, if not. But no, we made
I
it.
will say it wasn't
I
Rainbow
was
Road
scared.
the entire way, so there were, like, some dark areas that
Yeah.
were, like, kinda lit.
Dimly
So,
lit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, "Why are you wearing sunglasses? We're inside." But granted, she could have had like, an eye condition or whatever.
Whatever,
Anywho,
it has you.
so I'm like on the phone with Shane and I'm like, we're back at the hotel and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So mind you, I'm in like loafers that are really just meant to be nice looking, not for walking long distances.
Yeah.
So I'm in loafers, like nice pants, a really heavy nice shirt, and we have to walk in the Vegas heat to the monorail. get to the monorail, had to take, like, a really janky way to get back to our hotel. I was sweating profusely through everything by the time we got back, and I'm not a sweater. It was
Man was
terrible.
so mad. Man was so
I
mad.
literally embodied my father in that moment. I felt I felt the rage. I felt the rage. Like, he had an anger problem, and I was like, "I see where I get it from now, because I was fuming, and that's not because of the fact that I was literally sweating profusely. I was fuming on top of sweating profusely, so
Oh, I can't even imagine.
but yeah, that actually, like, kind of got us to not take the monorail from that point on
Yeah.
because we were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna take a taxi cab every day."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kinda figured, like, we figured the monorail is gonna be maybe busy, and if we're gonna take the monorail to those fucking underground Teslas, then I figured people were gonna take that too, so that might get busy.
Mhm.
So it would just be easier to just take taxis.
It's cool that you
Yeah.
guys experienced that, like, we got to experience, all that, but yeah, no, practicality, easier to
Yeah.
just go to the stadium.
It
Mhm.
100%, and, like, you know, after looking like Daffy Duck right when he gets really mad and he's, like, all red, like, right going to the monorail, and people are like, "Oh, he's probably really hot." I'm like, "No, I'm really mad." Like, I'm
Don't
like,
touch
I'm good." I'm like, "Don't touch me, don't talk to me, I don't want any of this. I'm pissed. I shouldn't be here." Um, but after that, we were just like, "It is gonna be so much easier, and we're gonna, like, smell so much better if we just take
Yeah,
a taxi."
yeah,
Um
just eliminate that whole thing and just be like, "Alright, at least we know we can get there in a decent amount of time."
Correct, and it's like, yeah, it
Mhm.
costed us, like, $14 each way, but, like, oh, well, it's Vegas. It's
Convenience.
expensive. Yeah.
$14 for
So,
convenience.
Yep.
yeah. So, next day, we'll
Day
just
1.
move on to the next day 1 of EVO. What time did we fucking get there? Like 12?
We got there at, like, 12,
Yep.
yeah,
Like 12,
which
11,
was
12. Yeah.
ample amount of time. We actually went to the pool for a
Oh,
little
yeah, we
bit.
did go to the
I
pool, yeah.
drank a little margarita to get myself in the mood
Yeah.
to,
Hell yeah.
go to EVO.
So we stayed at the Venetian Hotel, which is really nice.
10 out of 10 recommend.
They had, like, 8 fucking pools over there. I'm like, "Man,
Mhm.
bitch, I do not belong in here."
It was like, "Oh, they're rich, honey." Like
Oh, we
oh, and it was,
bougie
like,
now.
$90 to get a chair like, 2 chairs all
Oh,
day
yeah.
at the Venetian. Yeah, like, they're
Like,
rich, honey.
like, poolside, like, those, like, really nice, like, bed comfy chairs, whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that bitch was like $85.
No, it was, like, $250.
That's insane.
No, the actual beds, yeah, those were like $200. The little ones that we got were like 85
Oh, yeah, they were, like,
for
85 for the full day, and they were, like,
yeah.
little chairs, like but it was still fun. It's a beautiful place.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that, like, the Venetian technically falls in, like, upper middle tier for the hotels. Like, it's not mid-tier, but it's not like the Aria or something like
Yeah.
that.
Or the
Um
fucking Bellagio.
Or the Bellagio, yeah, the Bellagio is real expensive, but would recommend. Anybody that's thinking about staying at the Venetian, really nice hotel room. It's probably one of the first hotel rooms that I've ever stayed in where I didn't feel disgusted, 1, or 2, wanna leave immediately. So
Yeah.
but so day 1, we go around noon, and when you walk into EVO, so, there's a lot of doors that kind of surround the West Hall entrance. So there's many different entrances, but there was, like, one entrance to really get into EVO. Um, so people were just kind of, like, in this main area, just kind of hanging out, talking, whatever. There's,
It's like
like, a food
the
court.
lobby.
There was, like, beanbag chairs that you could go lay on and, like, sleep on
Mhm.
if you wanted to.
A
Um
lot of people were sleeping.
a lot of people were sleeping. And so walking in, uh, I'm trying to just like give the best picture I possibly can. So like to our right, our immediate right when you walked in, you could see Artist Alley and you could see shops. Um Actually that actually might have been immediate for where we walked in day 1, but nonetheless it was like on the right side of the convention center.
Yeah.
In the middle was more official vendors. So they had people from Capcom there, they had Mortal Kombat,
Mhm.
Tekken, Bandai Namco,
PlayStation.
people for Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero.
Um, You guys got the play test that, I'm assuming?
Unfortunately not. That was the one
Unfortunately
game
Oh,
that we
not.
did not.
lame.
Yeah.
Lame.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
So they had play like Bandai Namco was there, the new
Mhm.
Hunter x Hunter fighting game was there, and we
Yep.
both
Wait,
got to play test that.
wait, there's a new Hunter x Hunter game?
Hunter x
Yep.
Hunter Impact
Impact.
Nen? I think Nen.
Yeah, I think
Impact
maybe
Nen?
yeah, yeah. I think that's right.
Oh,
So we
I'm
might have gotten to
curious.
play test that. We may have gotten to, play test, Riot's new 2XKO. And we may or may not have gotten to play test SNK's new, Garo City of Wolves game. So we are gonna
Mhm.
talk about all of this, and maybe a little thing called the Marvel vs. Capcom collection was there to play test as well.
You know, the little something that we mentioned a
Just a little
couple episodes
something,
ago.
something.
Yeah,
A little
just a little
something,
something
something
from
that I had a
previous
really big
episodes.
reaction to. Just a little,
Yeah.
a little scream. I think I broke my old microphone from that, but, she
Um,
was never the same after that day.
that's insane. That was first day?
That was
Yes.
first.
Oh, and so to the left of that, in the middle, by the way, just to like set a scene, there's a ton of different like screens where a lot of different pools are going on. So like the people that like signed up for Tekken and Street Fighter and stuff like that are like playing on these various stages that you can go and watch. And then in the middle is just like a ton of PlayStation 5s and monitors where people are playing fighting games. Like you can sign up for pools just casually. You can like if you have a controller, you can just pop in and start playing one of the games if you really wanted to,
Mhm.
if nobody's like there and doing anything to practice. Like you yeah, really cool stuff. For Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and then they had Grand Blue Fantasy Versus there too, and they had Under Night and Birth, which by the way, those were all four games that were actually at EVO. They had all of their unreleased DLC characters that were coming out to play as, which was really cool. So you could play
Mhm.
test that too.
That's you guys were in heaven.
Heaven,
Dude, it was so
heaven.
fucking sick.
And one thing I do have to say, like, not to gush about the fighting game community in general, but slightly to gush, just some of the nicest people that I've like genuinely ever met in my entire life. Like,
Mhm.
if you like, there's no judgment there. If you suck at a game, nobody's gonna like say, man, you suck. Like, put this game down. You're terrible. They're gonna give you pointers. They're gonna like encourage you to continue trying, to continue playing. Um, and they're just excited, like, especially, like, during the playtest, they're just excited to learn stuff with you.
Mhm.
Like, it's just such a cool vibe, like, everyone's just so warm and welcoming, and, like, I didn't have, like, one bad interaction. It's like its own
No.
little world.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Like that I wish I went.
Yeah. You should've. Ugh. Um, so really briefly, I just kinda wanna touch on the games that we played.
Mhm.
Uh Justin, do you wanna start it off? Like, do you wanna go in chronological order? Do you remember? Because I do.
Yeah.
I
So we can start
remember.
off with Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
the collection, but mainly we played Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
The meat and potatoes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So much fun.
So, yeah, when we got there, we got to play one of those, Razer Kitsunes, which is like,
Yeah.
um,
It's
little
all
hitbox.
buttons.
It's
Yeah,
all
that's
buttons, not on the joysticks. Oh, dude, that felt
I'm
so
getting
fucking
one.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one at some
That
point.
shit that shit convinced Matt to get one.
There was EVO exclusive, but it's available on Razer if you want it. There's a Razer Kitsune, um, uh, Akuma version, and they were selling it at EVO, and it was really cool. There was something exclusive you got from the Razer store from buying the Akuma one there, but it was a steep price. It was like $330, and I was not
ooh,
willing to spend
Yeah.
that. Yeah. But cool
Mm,
nonetheless. If it was Jury,
mhm,
I probably would have done it, but it's not one of the characters I play. But
yeah.
MVC2, so much fun. Razor Kitsune felt amazing to play on.
mhm.
Um,
The game
10
yeah,
out of
the game
10.
just the game just felt great,
Yeah.
honestly, like, it didn't feel like there was, like, any hitches with modern controllers or anything like that. It's just, like, it just felt great to play.
That's
Yeah.
good. See, and
Yeah.
that's like one of the biggest things with like trying to recreate a game like that
Yeah.
is like you
Mhm.
need it to feel good because otherwise, if it doesn't, it's not gonna make the market.
No.
Yeah. especially with
So
like fighting games.
Yeah.
yeah, it needs to feel good and play well for it to actually like be able to flourish.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Um, the next game we played was Hunter x
And then,
Hunter Nen Impact or Impact Nen, whatever, whichever configuration that is. Really, really, really fun. I really thoroughly enjoyed that game. We played it on controller. Um,
hmm,
So my one
yeah,
question,
yes,
is it a 3D fighter or is it
it is a 3D fighter, but
it's a 3D fighter?
it's well, okay, so it's like Street Fighter where it's like 3D models but 2D fighting plane.
hmm,
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah.
so it's like Dragon Ball actually, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Fighter Z.
Dragon Ball
yeah,
Fighters, yeah. That one, so basically you have a team of 3, and you can just do ridiculous combos, and, like, for me, just messing around with the game for, like, the 20 minutes that we got to play it or, like, 10 minutes that we got to play it, I learned pretty quickly how to do decent combos with each character. I
Mhm.
am thoroughly looking forward to that game. I will be buying that day one, I can tell
Who's
you
your
that
main?
much. I really enjoyed ironically enough I really enjoyed God, what's his name? Is it Leo? Leo?
Leorio.
Leon?
Leorio?
Leorio. Leorio.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Leorio. And then the ninja girl, which I cannot remember her name right now. It's
Then
escaping me.
the
Maki? Was
Maki.
it Maki?
Maki? Yeah, something like that. The purple-haired ninja girl?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Maki, I think her name is.
the
Machi?
one in the Phantom.
Something like that.
Machi. That's what it is.
Machi.
Yeah. So I liked and Killua, of course.
Oh, yeah, Killa was my main.
Those were kind of like the 3 characters that I played as. Leorio
Now,
has, like, crazy combo potential.
obviously not
Mhm.
in this game, but because I haven't played it, but my main in the anime.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Killua. I love him. Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
Justin,
I was.
what were your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'm more on the game than Matt is. I didn't really enjoy how movement felt. Kind
It's
of
very
felt too
floaty.
floaty.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I'm more used to like Tekken, which is like more like fast paced, grounded, and that one felt a little like we said floaty. So like I wasn't really jiving with movement in that game as much as Matt it was. So
okay,
my thoughts were like it were very on it.
okay.
Um, so after that, we ended up playing Project L, and which is 2XKO, now,
Hmm.
which is by Riot, League of Legends, all that. I don't know if you know about this game, Tyler,
No, I have no
but
idea.
okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's a League of Legends fighting game essentially.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Really cool. Unfortunately for Hunter x Hunter, we played it right after that, and the graphics shit on Hunter x Hunter so hard. But I know that Hunter x Hunter is
Yeah.
more of like it's like a passion. I wouldn't say a passion project, but it's more of like a lower budget game essentially.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so 2KXO that was or 2XKO. Amazing. So much fun. Justin and I actually played on a team. We got to play 2 matches. I played as
Yeah.
Ari and I played as Echo. Very fun. I clutched it out at the end as Echo and I loved it.
So real quick, uh this game is a tag team 2v2 fighting game.
Mhm.
So like you're meant to play with like a partner against two other players, which like isn't really I guess normal for fighting games. It's always been like a 1v1 situation.
Mhm.
So like we got matched up with like two other people that were like kind of lined up with us
Mhm.
and just like man, it was just a fucking good time.
Combos were really fun. It was easy to do
Hmm.
cool shit.
Hmm.
Echo was a little difficult to play, but like you just need time with him. He has like an interesting like time gimmick. Um, Ari was very difficult to play. I had no luck with her, but again, it's one of those things that I think you need to like set up with her and have like her special moves. Like it's more for movement and stuff, but nonetheless, amazing game. So much
Yeah.
fun, easy to pick up, easy to do cool stuff. Like you're gonna have fun playing it, and it
Hmm.
looks amazing. Like I was shocked at the graphical fidelity with that game. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm more of like a casual fighting game person, but yeah, I'm like very, very, very excited for this game now. Like I was a little hyped, but now I'm like, yeah, okay, this is it. This is legit.
I'm gonna take your guys' review to heart and I'm gonna be hyped for it too.
I signed up for the beta because I need to play more of it. I need to
Yeah.
play more of it. It's free to play, by the way, Tyler, when it does come out, so you can just hop in
Oh,
and
perfect.
for free. Yeah. Um, so after that experience, we ended up playing Garo, which was which is SNK's newest title. And so much fun. We actually got 15 minutes with this one. So how it was set up was like that we got to just play 15 minutes of it. I played the new character. Oh gosh, her name is escaping me right now. Um
Oh, that bitch.
yeah, I'm gonna look up her name really quickly and you can kind of talk about Garo, Justin.
Yeah. Long story short, Tyler, I got my ass kicked throughout
He
this
did.
entire 15 minutes. I was not having fun.
I was
So
not
my
having the good time.
yeah, so like my opinions on this game is severely just me getting my ass kicked, so I can't
By
really
me.
say anything objective about the game itself. So I'll just
So
let Matt do it.
we were to be fair, we were playing on fight sticks, and sometimes with, like, those, like, actual, like, because the Razor Kitsune gets rid of the lever
Mhm.
situation, and it's leverless. So, with this one, we had a lever, and they're honestly kind of hard to play on if you're not used to it. But I was playing Preacha, that's the new girl character, and I played Rock a bit, because Rock's my main, but I wanted to play Preacha because she looks really interesting, and she's one of the new characters. I wrecked Justin every match as Preacha. She's a Rekka character. She's really fun. I really enjoyed it. I was hyped with the music. I love the vibe of Garo. There's just something about it that I love. I played a Garo, Mark of the Wolves, I think is like the last iteration that came out. And I played that as a kid and I loved that game. Um, but yeah, new one felt amazing, super fun. I think that a lot of people will actually get into it because it's not like a 3v3 fighter like KOF 15. But I'm hoping good things for Garo, and I definitely will also be getting that day one. But I would say that out of all of the games, 2XKO was probably my favorite. And
Yeah.
I'm really excited to play more of it. But all of the games were fantastic. I had a really good time with each one, and I will be picking up all of them. Hee hee.
No, I'm excited to even, like, come over and play those games with you guys and, like, see how they look in person. Like
Yep.
or not exactly because we can play online. I'm sure there's online support.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
Yeah.
but to sit on the couch and verse you guys is a whole
Yes.
different experience.
And it could be like you, and your girlfriend versus me and Justin, or you and Zach versus us, or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
especially with 2XKO, we can, like, four of us can be playing
Yeah.
together, and two of us can be on a team, or
See,
like
that's
each,
so
two
sick.
of each can be on a team.
It's
Mhm.
so sick. And it
It's
even
super
leads it up for
cool.
like tournaments too.
I know it's going to be crazy. I'm really excited to see what they do with that because I would be interested to see like two pros like teaming up to like take on like as a team. That would
Mhm.
be really cool.
Mhm.
So was that day 1 or was there more
That was day
games?
1. There's
So
no, that was
there's like
it.
a that was a mix of like day 1 and day 2 because we played
Mhm.
Garo in day 2.
No, we played
Uh,
Garo in day 1. No?
oh, day 2.
Really?
Yeah, it was day 2.
The margarita got to you.
Whatever. I guess the Magawiga got to me. But yeah,
Just
day
like
2 also really cool. Shout out to SNK, not to like suck their dick or anything, but shout out to SNK. We were in the arena watching finals in day 2, so we watched KOF's finals, which was really cool. But I did have
mhm.
like a sneaking suspicion that day 3 was going to be a mess because the arena was Tyler, it was so small. The arena was so small comparatively to other years. How they used to do it in previous years, Tyler, was that you would go to Mandalay Bay and then you would like kind of hang out in Mandalay Bay for 2 days, and then day 3 was in Mandalay Bay Stadium. And this year it
Mhm,
was all just in the convention center arena, and the arena was significantly smaller than the Mandalay Bay like stadium,
mhm.
right?
Like, it was like actual stadium, like, Mandalay Stadium is like an actual stadium, like, you could house, like, basketball games there kind of
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
stadium.
So, like, you had to buy a separate ticket for day 3. Like, you could buy a ticket for day 1 and 2, but day 3 was different and only at Mandalay Bay, like, stadium. So this was
Mm,
different. You bought a 3-day pass and you were basically like, "Oh, yeah, if you wanna go to, like, watch finals, you can do that too."
yeah, you could just walk in.
So we were doing that all day on Saturday because it was that Mortal Kombat 1, a couple of other things. But shout out to SNK because they dropped that they are continuing support for King of Fighters 15, which I find really cool. That game came out in 2022, early 2022. Still supporting it, even though Garo is going to be coming out in the near future. And then they did a crazy thing, and SNK versus Capcom Chaos, old game that people
Mhm.
like. It's kind of the crummiest iteration of all three of the Capcom versus SNK games because the better ones are the Capcom bred ones. But they said, "Hey guys, we put rollback netcode. We're releasing it. Oh, by the way, it drops today. 20
Yeah,
bucks." Yeah.
that
We
was
were
cool.
You're like
screaming.
you're like, "Huh,
We were screaming in the
I need
stadium.
to
Yeah,
go."
it was yeah, we were like, "We gotta go." I was like, "Oh my god." Justin, who even, like, isn't really super keen on SNK, he's more of a Capcom person, was just like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Like, the hype just got to
Like,
everyone.
Mhm.
even I understood, like, "Oh, this is fucking cool."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just feel the crowd,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Even, like,
So,
just knowing the history of it too.
yeah, knowing the history of it really does
Mhm.
help.
Alright, so that was part 1 of 2 of the EVO experience with, me, Matt, and Justin. So on that note, make sure to like, subscribe, comment your favorite part down below, and join us in part 2, which is coming up very soon. So make sure to hit that bell notification so you can stay in tune with all the info and when we upload. So on that note, we'll talk to you later. Peace out.